It's not easy being me. Wash your face and brush your hair.
Hello? It's me!
It's just not fair.
Henry!
Horrid Henry. So down with school, I'm gonna rule.
Horrid Henry!
I'll do my thing, and then my life will be so sweet. I'm Horrid Henry. Na na na, na na nay.
Are you sitting comfortably? Good, then let's begin.
I'm Horrid Henry.
Never count on a worm. You can never be quite sure how a wormy worm is going to react, as I found out to my cost the day my wormy little brother abandoned me for his own selfish purposes. I call this story Horrid Henry on Trial. Peter Pongypants and me were in the park playing football. Peter, as usual, was being a worm.
I don't want to play football anymore.
Yes, you do. Everyone wants to play football, Peter. Now prepare yourself for a Henry special.
Mom!
I took a run up to the ball and kicked it as hard as I could. It was a winner, worthy of Ashton Athletic. The ball sailed through the air, through a hedge, and into someone's back garden. I started to climb through the hedge into the garden where the ball had gone, when I heard something. It sounded like a kitten. In the garden was a shed and the door was open. There was a padlock on the ground. Looked as if it was broken. Then I heard something else. It was Peter. I hid behind a bush as Peter appeared and walked straight into the shed. He came out a moment later, holding a kitten.
Oh, come on, little kitten. We'll soon find your owner.
And then the owner of the garden turned up.
Oh, hello, Miss Oddbod. Is this your lovely garden?
It most certainly is.
The worm was really for it, or so I thought. But Miss Oddbod was smiling. Something wasn't right. I thought I'd better find out what was going on. Hello, Miss Oddbod!
Oh, hello, Henry. I wondered how long it would take for you to turn up.
Is that your kitten, Miss Oddbod?
He's been lost for days, but you found him.
Eh?
You will be rewarded at school tomorrow.
For a moment I thought she was talking to me, but she wasn't. She was talking to Peter.
Ooh, thank you, Miss Oddbod.
I couldn't believe my ears. It was my ball that broke the lock on the shed. At least, I think it was. We argued all the way home. That reward is mine!
No, it's not. It's mine. All mine.
What a wormy worm! King Henry the Horrible herewith decrees that all worms are to be eaten by vicious velociraptors.
Don't be horrid, Henry.
The next day, Miss Oddbod didn't waste any time in making Peter into a local hero.
And so it gives me great pleasure to present this week's Citizenship Award to...
That award should have been for me, but it wasn't. It was for...
Peter!
And then she said it.
And the cash reward
Cash reward!
will be given at a special ceremony later in the week.
She said there would be a cash reward! Ralph couldn't understand it.
What did he do to deserve that?
What did he do indeed? Only not play football and be a wormy worm. As well as the cash reward, Miss Oddbod gave him some other rewards too. He got to drink lemonade at break time and sit in the special space in the playground. And Peter chose Goody Goody Gordon to share his rewards with him.
This is the life.
Can you believe that? He didn't even think of sharing them with me. What a wormy worm! It was time to make Peter an offer he couldn't refuse. OK, Peter. I'm prepared to split the reward with you 80-20. Quite generous, I think.
Sorry, Henry. No deal.
Soggy Sid had appointed himself as Peter's minder.
Move along now, please.
I had to think of something else. At lunchtime, Peter got a full roast dinner.
Ooh, my favourite meal, Miss Oddbod.
Oh, it's Tiddle's favourite meal too.
While the rest of us, including me, just got our usual gross gloopy stuff. Ugh, what's that?
I don't know.
It should be me eating a roast dinner, not that wormy worm. Well, you know what I'm going to say to that, don't you? No! I'd had enough. Miss Oddbod had to know the truth. Miss Oddbod, I found Tiddles, not Peter. She was surprised, of course.
Oh,
Tell her, Peter.
Peter, is this true?
I heard Tiddles meowing and I rescued him from the shed.
That's not true. Well, it sort of is, but...
That's enough, Henry.
Then Miss Battleaxe decided to get in on the act.
May I suggest, Miss Oddbod, another approach?
She whispered something to Miss Oddbod.
Oh, what a good idea, Boudica.
Uh-oh. What could they be up to? We soon found out. Miss Battleaxe had decided to put us on trial. And she was the judge.
Silence in court!
She'd even got a jury together. Lazy Linda, Sour Susan, Greedy Graham, Anxious Andrew, Weepy William, Jolly Josh, Brainy Brian, Beefy Bert, Aerobic Al, Gorgeous Gorinda, Mischievous Mike, and, oh yes, Goody Goody Gordon. 12 good men and true. Don't think so. They were going to decide who was telling the truth and who was not.
We are gathered here to unearth the truth. Did Peter rescue Mr. Tiddles, or was it Henry?
Look, it was me, OK?
Silence! Now, who will be representing Peter?
No prizes for guessing who was taking the worm's side.
That will be me, Mum.
Yep, bogey brain Moody Margaret. And once she started talking, she couldn't stop.
Today, I shall prove that Peter is the perfect hero and that his horrid brother has waged a campaign of lies and terror to get him to hand over his reward. Oh!
That was the whoopee cushion Ralph had put under her seat.
Silence!
Of course, I had only the best representing me, Rude Ralph. He was good.
Members of the jury, today I shall prove without a shadow of a doubt that Henry has been conned, yes, conned out of the reward by his wormy little brother.
Miss Battleaxe was determined to go through with it.
Could Peter please take the stand?
Peter Peter got up and sat in the chair at the front.
I promise to tell the truth or have no homework for a whole week. Peter, why don't you tell everyone what happened? Well, I heard a meowing, so I went to investigate and found a tiny little kitten in Miss Oddbod's shed.
Well, so far he told the truth.
And where was Henry at the time? I don't know.
But that's not true!
Objection! What for? No reason, miss. I always wanted to say that.
Bogey Brain was straight back in there.
So there you have it. Peter, an upstanding citizen, unselfishly going to the aid of a tiny little kitten.
She went on and on and on.
And saving it. I put it to you, members of the jury, that Peter is a hero!
A hero? Trouble was, the jury seemed to agree with Moody Margaret. Then it was our turn.
Do you have any questions, Ralph?
Of course he did. I told Ralph everything.
Peter, did you or did you not run away from Henry when he kicked the ball?
Yes, he was aiming it straight at me.
Well, yeah, we were playing football, weren't we?
Peter, I put it to you that he was aiming it at the shed to free the tiny little kitten. You ran away from the scene.
Yes, well, I did run, but...
And before Henry could free the tiny little kitten... You got in there first, didn't you? So you could claim the reward.
No,
No more questions, Mum.
Good job, Ralph.
We're nearly there, Henry. Just stay calm. Henry is a very misunderstood boy. Beneath that horrid outside beats a heart of, really nice stuff.
Nice stuff.
Sorry, Henry. Though he didn't want me to bring this up, he's raised money for charity. And which charity was that?
The misunderstood child, miss.
I see.
Ralph was just getting into his stride.
I put it to you that Henry is a saint. He was about to save that kitten when Peter sneaked in before him. And he loves animals, don't you, Henry?
Yes, I do.
he loves animals.
The verdict seemed to be in the bag, except Moody Margaret didn't agree.
Let's talk about how much you love animals, Henry.
She told them all about the time that Fluffy left home because of me supposedly arguing all the time with Peter and Fang being mean to her. It didn't sound too good, I had to admit, but I tried my best. I can't help it if Fluffy's a bit sensitive. Then it was decision time. Miss Battleaxe addressed the jury. I held my breath.
Well, have you come to a decision?
Those in favour of Peter, 6.
Those in favour of Henry, 6.
We were neck and neck.
Silence in court.
Then Ralph carried out his super brilliant brainwave.
Mum, I'd like to call a special witness.
What?
But Ralph knew what he was doing.
I'd like to call Tiddles. You want to call the kitten?
That's crazy!
That kitten knows the truth. Bring in the kitten.
Tiddles walked in and stood in the middle of the room. Tiddles yawned.
Tiddles, can you see the person who rescued you in this courtroom? He says Yes!
Objection! Kittens can't speak.
Enough! Peter, Henry, stand in the middle of the room. Whomever Tiddles goes to is telling the truth.
This was the moment of truth.
Hello, Tiddles!
Do not distract the witness.
Too right. Tiddle started walking towards the worm. But at the last minute, she turned and jumped into my arms.
But I found Tiddles!
Little did he know that Ralph had stuffed my pockets full of Fishy Bites kitten treats.
Those cat treats really pong.
Yeah, Fishy Bites. 9 out of 10 cats love them. So, do I get the cash reward?
Well...
Yes. And the reward should just about cover the damage to my shed door. Take him down!
You have been listening to a Horrid Henry audiobook. And if you like this one, then there are loads more for you to enjoy. Stay safe, stay in touch, and stay horrid. 'Cause we're gonna be friends forever!